What's up guys, it's Tommy for Tomatomm Poker, and we have another hand history review to do. A bit more interesting than the previous three. We've got a win, which is rare on this channel. We have a win. Just started playing these $2.50, 180 player hyper, just turbo sit and go things on PokerStars. And look at this idea, obviously you got 250 buy-in, 410 prize pool, 180 players start, you start with 1500 in chips. Blinds every 5 minutes, and top 27 get paid, but I couldn't fit all those on at the side, so I've just shown the top 9 for reference, because that's basically where all the money's at. I think you only get like a min cash, which is like 270 or something for like the first 10 spots when you cash, so it's not ideal, but pay jumps are flat until you reach the final table. As you can see, it's heavily weighted towards the top 3. So yeah, let's crack on. Let's have a look. I've not looked at this hand history yet, so I might have forgotten what I've done. So do it together. A6 offsuit first hand. Could have called there, could have raised. Best to play tight early on though, and then put pressure on once you've got a decent stack. So Jack 10. It's a good board to see bet for my hand. Any flats. Turn's not horrendous, but if he's calling the flop, he's most likely improved maybe. Oh, he got us beat regardless, so you can let that go. Don't have to lose too much there. 8-10 might have been playable there. Again, totally depends on the dynamic of the table, but a few hands in so far. 3-8 offsuit is going to be a fold, isn't it? King 10 of clubs. I like this hand, even though it can get into trouble, but either way, raise 55 and take it down. Next one, pocket 9s, my all-time favourite hand. Raise it up. Get one call. Oh, and the big blind comes on too. And we flop top set, so we check. Even though it's a straight up flushy draw up board, we'll still check. Pretty much turn the nuts, so we'll call a half size pot bet here. And now the river, at the time I was thinking, I was brought straight and flushes, so if he had either of those or a 3, he could be liable to a call if I just go all in over the top. He might have put me on a 3 and he might have a flush or something, so there's many different things that could happen, or he could just have king high and snap fold, but I like to go for max value in these spots, so as much as I want to rep to full house here, he might call with a flush or something, but this time round, go all in, get a fold. Just there was never going to be a big pot for that hand, but I always try and make one if there's it's possible. Jack 8 suit is a fold. I play that on the button though. 9-6 of diamonds in the big blind. Get a limper and a raise. I can't really call that out of position, so yeah, we pass. Ace 4. Probably going to complete if there's no raise, but we might fold now because it'll be out of position. Even though they're probably going to call, so we probably should have called in hindsight, but we didn't have to really connect with a flop to carry on. We can just pass, but there's added money in there. If we flop 2 pair or something, we might get good value from an ace, but obviously that's all going in there. That's good. Ace deuce. Don't think I get involved in this hand looking at the starting hands here. It's a hefty raise. Yeah, I can fold. 9s flats, kings comes along. And yeah, ace wins. 9-8 offsuits for me. Probably going to fold to the shove there. Ace 3 offsuit. Maybe a bit tight folding there. Jack 7 offsuits a fold. Let's just skip all these hands because there's like 150 of them, so I'll just fly through the ones that I'm not doing anything in it. So fold the 4-9 there, and the deuce 9, 7-6, queen 6 on the button, the one before the button even, for some reason I was fold. Maybe could have tried to steal there, but it's not as lucrative yet. $10-5. Got less than 10 big blinds at this point now. Jack 3, yeah, I'm not playing that regardless of where we are. Jack 5, one of the guns a fold. So now we're in the big blind with ace king offsuit, so we're probably going to be playing this. And we get a walk! Ha ha ha. Love getting walks. 8-3, yeah, he's shoved, so we're not doing anything there. Deuce 6, we might try and blind steal if it folds to us, but there's a shove, so we don't have to do anything. 9 deuce. Again, there's a raise, so it's just picking your spot now. Now we're at the spot where it's got under 10 big blinds. You're basically playing push fold, or you're trying to steal the blinds as well. So jacks, here we go. Now we have 7 bigs, all in. This one's pretty standard, I think. Get called by 10s. He's not got a decision there either. He's just a call. It's dominated, and jack high flush over 10 high flush. So I win. Queen 7 is rubbish, so fold. Back to 15 big blinds now. 9 tray under the gun's obviously a fold. That's obviously going to get called here. And ace high is good. Pocket aces in the big blind, life is good. We get a call, and he must be trying to shove there to try and take down this pot dead, hoping he's limping light and I've got trash in the big blind, but that plan backfired because I have aces. He's not dead, to be fair, but the river pretty much is amazing for me. So aces are good. Next hand I've got ace jack. And gonna obviously call a shove there. Only shoving for 5 bigs. Got him dominated, but he rivers us, which is annoying, but it's not the end of the world. And if you go on tilting these things, you can very rapidly lose your stack, so it's best to just go. He did what he had to do, I did what I had to do, and the board was in his favour over mine, so I'm going to win that most times. So obviously 5 deuces a fold there. Yeah, he wins. Got another table open here, here we go. We went 8-7, raise, take it down. So yeah, we've got 6-7 here with 25 big blinds, so we don't have to get involved here, we can just fold quite happily. Pocket 4s, I can't remember this hand. Right, let's have a look at this. So we've got 25 bigs, we know there's a lot of short stacks, we know pretty much everyone else is playing push folds. That's a key thing of these type of tournaments. Can't really work out how many's left at this point, but you've got to understand that there's people behind you. A lot of them are shoving just any broadways, or there's going to be a lot of pocket pairs getting shoved and stuff, so it's best just to stay out of the way. And wherever possible, stay out of the way. So like here, we're not losing it, we don't really have to get involved, so we can just fold the 4s. I think I fold like deuces through 6s, to be honest, at this stage, when it's middle position like that. Because you just get stuff like this where you're not a favourite in any stretch of the imagination. So next hand, King Jack. I'd rather play something like that, but again, happily fold. Don't have to get involved. Try and conserve the big stack that I've got. Next, King 5 in the big blind. Might look up someone here if they shove light. I could have peeled there, couldn't I? Only got him in raise and I've got 56% and the pot odds of 19. I must have just been playing multiple tables and just folded there because I should have looked him up for him in raise. Really should have just looked him up. That would have been a lot easier. But yeah, that's what happens when you play multiple tables. You make easy folds when you should be calling or whatever. That's an easy fold. King 10. What do we do here? We get a raise and a re-raise, so yeah, we're going to fold that. Jack Queen suited, probably going to play this though, because this is a good hand. He's limp, so I'll limp, I'm happy to limp, try and see a good flop, and we flop a flush. So, bet half pot, get one caller. We're doing, I'll pause that. So yeah, turns a queen, and then I went too strong on the turn. So I was tempted at the time to try and check that back and let him catch up, but he didn't seem interested in the hand, so I just sort of left him to it. 10-9's a fold. 8-7 is a fold. 7-Jack is also a fold, yeah. Ace-10 in the big blind. Probably going to be playing this, aren't we? Call. I raise up to 900, and he shoves on me. So I think I had something on my Javaro HUD at the time that said he'd literally 3-bet jammed once. Not once, sorry. He hadn't the whole tournament. So I didn't think he'd be doing that at the bluff. And I thought, whatever he's doing that with, I'm not dominating. So at best, the best thing I could hope for would be flipping. So I didn't want to call me dominating and lose most of my chips. So as much as I was getting the right odds to call, I made the decision not to in that situation. Here I'm probably just going to fold the deuce 4 offsuit, yeah, fair enough. 10-9, really, oh, getting crafty and limping on the button and folding, that's got to be an exploitable play. Oh yeah, I'm not proud of that. I would rather have made it 600 than been forced to call, but yeah, I can't. As much as I try and merge my limping range on the button with my big hands and the strong hands, I do that sometimes. You can't really go limp folding there. Pocket 4s. Again, like I said before, try and stay out of the way with the lower pocket pairs, because a lot of the times, as you're seeing, it's going in pretty much. It's going in quite a lot. So I've got queens here, I've got 10 bigs, and there's 2 limpers ahead. So with all the money out there, I just rip it in and hope that if someone's got a pocket pair or like ace queen, ace king or something, they can call me. Luckily he's got 5s, and we take it down, which will do nicely. Queen 8 offsuit is probably a fold, yeah. Ace 7 of diamonds, under the gun, fold. Again, like, just played itself, that one, I think. 10 deuce offsuit in the bigs, probably going to be a fold from the shove from 4s, but like I said, if you go shoving these deuces through 6s in early position, you're only getting looked at by overcards and you just get counterfeited like that, or obviously you are going to be ahead if you just get called by overcards, but if there's more than one that calls you, you're going to be screwed. What we're looking at here. Yeah, hang on. Next one, king deuce on the button. Don't think I'll be playing this one. I would have shoved had he not done that. The king high, so 10-6, a fold. Ace 7 is probably a fold, I think, with the limpers, yeah. Queen 9, if it's suited I might have had a look, but yeah, same with deuces here. I've got deuces early, so I'm going to stick to what I'm saying before and fold. Only got like 15 big blinds, so don't have that much margin for error here. Ace deuce, get a walk, that'll do. King 3 in the small. Nah, not getting the right odds, so not really priced in, so we can fold that. Queen deuce, yeah, with a fold, fine. Pocket 7s, I think I'll play this one, I can't remember. Let's have a look. We get a shove. Oh, I remember this one. I remember thinking for quite a while about this one. I think my reasoning was, let me go back. At that point, it's pretty much my entire stack, isn't it? And I've got other people stacked after me. I've got a 20,000 there, 10,000 there, and I thought, yeah, I might be beating this guy, but someone else could wake up with another set of overcards or another pocket pair that beats me or something. So I would much rather shove this hand here than call a shove, and that's key really. If you have that feeling going into a hand that you'd much rather shove, like go all in than call an all in, you stick with it, I suppose. So especially doing it from this sort of region of the position as well, it's something didn't add up, so I folded. It's not the right fold, but well, it might be the right fold, I don't know. But yeah, deuces win, as they always do. 4-5 suited, 10 bigs is a pass. Deuce 5, don't need to look at that. 10 deuce. Don't think we did that one. Ace 4. No, under the gun obviously is a fold. 8-5 in the big blind, folds. 10s, here we go. So the guy with 25,000 raises to 4.5, that sort of late on, which I thought was indicative of something like Ace King, but it didn't really matter what I thought he had, because I knew I was going in with his hand. There's just, I can't fold. The range of hands he's doing there, I'm doing well against with 10s, so I can't fold here. It's, you've got to go in these tournaments. You've got to go try and get a big stack and go for the win. You can't just try and blind to the final table because it's not worth your time. So with 10s here, call all in, and yeah, I'm quite an underdog. But that turn pretty much seals it for us. We were dead to a 10 obviously, but there was a flush draw out there, backdoor straight and stuff, but we held out and we're up to 25k. So now Queen Jack, maybe not calling a shove there. Yeah, next one, Ace King. Let's have a look here. So I raise standard, it calls all in. It's only for 4 bigs, so obviously I'm calling. Got a straight draw, and he folds. I just said folds. I turned the king basically, and then river trips for no reason. So another nice hand for us. What's going on here? Looking at the table again. Lost interest. Where am I going? Not in his hand, so I'm going to fold. Don't need to look at it. King Queen, the big blind. We've got 35 bigs. Get a raise. Hopefully I called along of it, yep. So check the raise there. You see bets. I could have called there really. Could have called there and evaluated on the turn. You might have checked it down. Got backdoor straights and stuff, haven't I? So King Queen high might have been good at that point, I don't know. But I was being overly cautious, so I just sort of folded, got out of the way. 9-7. I would have raised that had there not been a raise, but I don't really like flattening it and just seeing what happens. So Queen 5 again, I probably should have raised that. Ace Jack. Look at the blinds now, we've got like 30 bigs, haven't we? Flop top pair, C-bet, take it down. Obviously the C-bet size in there, with us betting that much and him having that much behind, he knows we're calling a shove, so he can't really get out of the line, he can't bluff us, which is bad on my part. I should have made it a bit smaller so we could try and bluff shove, but I just wanted to take the pot at that point, so I was being again a bit more conservative than I should have been, but take it down. A7's not played. 3-9 another gun as a pass. Ace Queen. Raise. He folds. Yes, that'll do. Queen deuce. Yeah, for sure we're folding, aren't we? Still can't work on any players. I think at this point we must look at the chip stacks and stuff. I think we were hand for hand going into the final table. So we press play again. So yeah, I think we're playing hand for hand because obviously there's some spots here where there's going to be another table as well. So I don't think this is the final table. I'm pretty sure it's not anyway. But we'll just skip through these hands. Again, obviously, with there being less people at the table, the blinds come around a lot faster, so the big stacks can really sort of apply pressure. This is definitely the second to last table because I remember all the stacks being fairly even here, but on the other table I was watching that as well, like I usually do, and there was like one big stack and so many little stacks, so I thought, right, I'll play cautiously here, or I'll play sort of just consciously. I'll be able to make the final table, but I'll be able to ladder up quite a bit because there's a lot of short stacks and they won't be around much longer. So let's keep going through it. Ace Queen of Spades. Definitely playing this hand, obviously. You've got 20 bigs. It's going to call the raise here. We've got the best hand here. We check to induce a bet. We call. We check, and he bets the king. We call again. We river a full house and just jam. So he doesn't have to have a king if he's betting there. Obviously, he could have just. You don't know what to put him on here, but I'm not folding a queen there, and obviously we river the nuts, so shove for value. Take it down, so up to 50k, which is quite a nice stack. 25 bigs, so that's a fold. And at this point, we're just trying to sort of preserve our stack for the final table, which is why I didn't call there. I mean, I had roughly 29% equity in the hand against that many hands that I don't know, but I only needed 46% to call, but I just didn't want to call a third of my stack at this point in the tournament. Try and preserve it for the final table, so I folded there. 10-9 spades, probably raised it here. Yeah, make it 4,000, nice and simple. Take it down. Jack 5. I remember us being on the bubble for quite a bit because the short stacks were doubling up and such, but Ace 10 against King Jack, so he's dead to a queen, and he I remember that I remember him binking that, and I'd be like, no. But whatever, it happens. Sorry about that, I had to pause right there. I'm pretty deep in a Sunday Million satellite, so I just wanted to concentrate on that hand. Yeah, back to 4-5 suited, offsuit even. See back there, we take it down, apply some pressure. Next hand, King 6 of hearts. Again, quite a nice hand to raise, but he shoves, so we can fold, get out of the way. Queen 10, 20 bigs, 21, fold, get out of the way, even though I would have flopped top pair, 5 jack fold. Ace 6, it's a fold here, even though we're ahead of his range. So yeah, at this point, obviously, I think we've cashed. We had like $3 locked up or something, but I was focusing on trying to make the at least top 3. What happens here? Check. And Brownie checks and he bets, so we fold. Fairly standard. Jack 6 is a fold. 7-8 suited. I probably could have raised that there, I suppose. He doesn't have to do that. If I do that, I could have just folded, but here we go. Final table time, so let's look at the stacks. We final table, and we were, I think, joint second, like 4th in chips, something like that, so about halfway. But there's no real super shorties here, so obviously locked up $6 at this point for 9th place, so let's go through it. Ace 10, he shoves. I think for our first hand, yeah. Ace Queen, we get out of the way. One of his tens is dead. One of his tens is dead, should I say? And Ace Queen wins, so he's now obviously super short. 8-7. I think I limped here, and then the limp, min bet, and they usually fold. And the turn was an ace, which I thought would be a good card for us to barrel, but trying to think what he was coming along with on the flop, and assumed an ace would be one of those, so I didn't want to just necessarily barrel off another like 6 grand, so folded. I could have limped there, but obviously you can't see the Javaro hood here, but I think this guy was quite active, so I didn't really want to waste chips if I didn't need to. King 6. What am I looking at? Yeah, Jack's good. So again, yeah, he's double up. 5-8, the pass. Right, let's watch more of the hands. I suppose it's a final table, isn't it? Queen 9 suited. I could have raised that. I would have had to call a shove. So at this point, you can't really raise if you're not planning to call a shove. You're just wasting chips otherwise. Here with 7s, I've got 9 big blinds, and the plan was, like I've just said, was to min raise and then call a shove. But I think because it's just obvious that I'm doing that, people folded. We should have had stronger than 7s there, really, but thirsty. Right, can't remember what I folded then, but takes it down. 7-6 in the big blind. And we get shoved on for all our chips, so we are going to fold. So obviously we're up to, just noticed we're up to 8th place now. So down to 8, got $9 locked up at this point. But obviously going for top 3, like I said. Well, top 1, but top 3 is ideal. So we lose another one there, ace-7 to ace-king, down to 7. Ace-9, can't call a shove here as much as it'd be nice to. I just can't do it. It's not part of my game plan to do stuff like that. But King Jack of Hearts, I assume I raise this. Oh no, there's a shove. I'm not willing to call off there. I'd rather just fold out. I'd rather just wait and fold out other people and try and ladder up and stuff. 5-4. I've seen the weirdest hand in my life on this other table. Nevertheless, 10 deuce in the big blind. Let's have a look. Still down to 7. Easy fold there. He gets through. 4-9. Easy fold again. Ace-4 shoves, which is not a good shove in my opinion. He's only getting looked up by better, isn't he? So after all that, 5s wins. That's a double knockout, which was good for us. We were cheering on no ace or king. So down to, what's this, 5? So I shove here. I thought he was limping a fair bit. So I shove and he calls with the ace deuce. We flop a flush draw and the ace-8 high holds up. So now we're up to 58,000. He's got 55, 24, 60 and 70. So at this point, I'm quite confident that I'm going to get second, or obviously I've got a good chance of getting second or third just because there's 5 left, but I was really quite confident that I was going to go for first at this point because I thought I was playing well and had a good read on everyone else, so I was going to be patient and wait for the spots that I needed. Here's hopefully min raise and take it, but he shoved so we can pass. Next one we've got king 8. Fold, yeah, we've got 10 bigs. He shoves small to big and gets snapped up and is dominated, but he sucks out, which is what we wanted to happen. So we are now down to 4. So at this point I've locked up $30, which I was quite pleased with because my bankroll needed an injection of some dollar, so quite happy with the $30 at this point. But king 10, I was very close to calling there because I knew he was doing that quite wide, but again, because of the situation, I wanted to get to top 2 or 3, didn't I? Or was he top 1, but didn't want to just call off there with king 10. I wanted to try and wait for a better spot. Where we pocket 10s, this is the sort of thing I was after, so I go all in and the ace jack reshoves, so it's a flip for my tournament life. And he had a lot of outs, but he didn't hit, so that's good for us. We double up to 90,000 and we're now the chip leader, so obviously we're quite happy. Now we're definitely going for first. I usually I can raise there sometimes, but it's okay to check as well. Just check fold. Don't mind too much doing that. Trade deuce. I could have limped again, but this doesn't really have to. Ace jack suited. I think I was calling a shove if anyone but him did shove. I think at that point. Oh no, I might have called a small blind, but it depends what happened. But I wasn't happy just to call an open shove here like that because if I lose, I'm down to 10,000. But thankfully, the 10s call and he's eliminated, so we're down to 3. As much as I won that hand, it's not in my style to really call 3 ways, but maybe it's exploitable not doing that. So we fold the queen 5 here. Ace 10, obviously we've got a really good hand 3-handed, so we're going to shove and take it down. But obviously he's the overwhelming chip leader at this point, so he has raised 10,000, get shoved on, definitely calling all day, every day. And we basically get a really good run out for our hand. So that'll do for us. And now we're heads up. So at this point, with heads up, I really like my heads up game in these sort of turbo sit and go situations where the blinds are huge and whatever. So pretty much every hand, I'm raising on the button, just min raising. I'll defend some speculative hands as well, but if you perpetually min raise every hand on the button when it's on you, then it's really quite hard to defend against. So yeah, let's have a look. Let's start making the fold here. So yeah, Jack 4, we fold to his raise. So yeah, as much as we're raising every hand, we're not calling with every hand because we want to sort of, we want to dictate play, we want to be in control. So ace 2 is fine, we raise it to 10 and he folds. 8, 9 on the big blind. We don't have to raise it, we can just check it and see what happens. But we know he's going to be c-betting every time, so it's not the best of boards to float there, so we can pass. Queen deuce, raise to 10, and he calls. Obviously when we miss, we'll c-bet sometimes, but if we get called on a board like this, I should have shut down because he checked to me. I think he got an extra street on me on the river. Oh no, maybe not. So yeah, looking at the stacks now, I mean, show me. I've got 98 and he's got 160, so he's obviously got a big chip lead on me at this point, but given how quickly the pots get big, it can switch around all the time. So I'm conservatively playing this 8 here, but I'm not folding to a bet. The river's brought nothing, so I check to him to induce a bet and I call. So again, with that hand, I'm now level with him in chips. So obviously ace 8, I'm going to min raise that on the button. Definitely going to see better here. We get a fold. So it just shows how quickly it can switch around. King 7, it's not really defending hand. I could shove it, but it's not really worth it at this point. Just want to try and make him make a mistake. 10 deuce, we raise, get a call by King Jack, and he flops top pair. And this was quite bad from us, I think. We c-bet once, but because he checks again, I think because he played it quite passively, he's sort of trapped me into making a little bet here. So he's taken me to value town there, which I wasn't pleased with at the time. But again, you just concentrate and go for the best. 1 second. We've got a decision here on this sit and go. I'm going to fold. Good fold. Yeah, so we win with 9s, he just folds, which fair enough, whatever. Queens against king queen. So it's always good to get a nice hand. We c-bet, we get called, so he calls us on the ace high, assuming his hand's good. And I think we check it down at this point. Oh no, yeah, that was it. I pretty much put him on king high because there's no way as much as he called, there was no way he'd play an ace the way he did. So obviously if he's got an 8 or a 9, I'm beating him. If he's got a 2, I'm beating him. If he's got king high, I'm beating him. So went for a cheeky little value bet. So as much as it looks small, it's only a third of the pot. When he calls it again, it's another 40,000 for me, or 36,000. So they really start to add up. So with that hand, I was now the overwhelming chip leader by a good 50,000. And then I believe this is the final hand. This is the sort of hand you should defend. So you get flops like this. So I'm like, right, I'm looking to get it all in here. I've got middle pair with a decent kicker and I've got a flush draw. And I hoped he had an ace. Or I hoped he'd try and represent an ace anyway, which he did. So I raised over the top and he just called, which I wasn't expecting. So pot's now 35. I've got him covered. I've got the flush. I'm putting him all in on her. So I put him all in and he calls, which is what I wanted. And he did have a redraw to the better flush, but he bricked out and he hit 2 pair, but it was too late because we have the flush. So yeah, that's in short how I won that tournament. So it was a lot of fun to play. They're really quite cheap on PokerStars as well, but all you need to do is get a good set of hands like I did here, play them well, you get a deep run, then I mean $123 is quite a nice return for a $2.50 buy-in. So it's now bankrolled me to play quite a few more of these Sunday tournaments that I'm playing at the moment. So if I go deep in any of these, I'll post them online. And don't forget to like it if you liked it. And if you didn't, you don't have to. But if you want to comment or anything like that, discuss some hands that I played well or just played badly, or ones that you played different, then feel free, I'll respond. And thanks for watching.